30, we'll call the Finance, Ways and Means Committee to order. Roll call, please.
Commissioner LaHaye,
Here.
Commissioner Ludlow,
Here.
Commissioner Bray, here, Commissioner Fournier, here, Commissioner Britton,
Here.
Commissioner Kozlowski.
Here. Let's stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge of
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, I need a motion to adopt the agenda unless there's any, is this the updated one? Because I saved mine yesterday. Did that get pulled then? Okay, so we need to pull that one item, discussion. A letter of support, so we're just gonna pull that from the agenda. Was there anything else, additions that we needed to add? If not, I'd look for a motion to adopt the agenda.
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Commissioner LaHaye,
I'll support.
support by Commissioner Bray. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Oh, same sign. Okay, motion approved. Agenda is adopted. Public comment. We have 3 minutes. If you could come to the podium. No one in the room? No one online? Okay, we'll close public comment. Next item we have is the bills to pay. Are there any questions on the bills? Or questions? Okay, we have a motion by Commissioner LaHaye to pay the bills.
A second.
Support by Commissioner Ludlow. Roll call, please.
Commissioner LaHaye,
Yes.
Commissioner Ludlow,
Yes.
Commissioner Bray, yes, Commissioner Fournier, yes, Commissioner Britton,
Yes.
Commissioner Kozlowski.
Yes.
Motion.
Next item up is County Treasurer.
Fine. I gave you, thank you. I gave you some reports that were in your mailbox and also attached to the agenda. And I'm just going by what we previously have done, just the 2023 versus 2024. The general fund unrestricted fund balance as of January 1st, cash and investments of 23 was 4,449,718.59. In 24, 3,597,408.09. Total of revenues collected through December 31st of 24 is up a little bit from 11,566,308.10 up to 989,798.08. Total expenditures made through December 31st of 24 was up to $12,574,208.42. The fund balance for general fund only through December 1st of 24 was down a little bit of $4,012,997.75. The fund balance in the account as of December 31st of 24, the unreserved was $3,744,983.75. Reserve of $268,014. We're still working through a lot of different things with the auditors because we've gone from cash to accrual system. So we're still taking invoices that are from 24. So,
23.
pardon me,
How about 23?
not from 23.
That's another story, right?
Mhm.
Okay. Is there anything you want to tell us on your revenue and expense report?
You'd like me to?
I don't know. I'd say, give us something that we don't know.
Give you something you don't know. Okay, well, the year-to-date balance in 23, the difference in revenues versus expenditures, we were in the deficit of, we spent more than we brought in 23 of 596,732.75. And in 24, we brought in 415,589.66 more than we spent in December, which is a good thing.
Yes. Oops. Okay, thank you. Anything else? Okay, so I would look for a motion to Receive and file the treasurer's report for the month of December.
I'll make.
Motion.
Motion by Commissioner Ludlow,
Support.
support by Commissioner Fournier. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Okay, motion passed. Thank you, Cindy. Next up, we have a resolution 2502 to waive collection fees senior citizens as presented. So let me just get that open. Okay, so the resolution 2502 waive collection fees, and we do this every year, correct? Be it resolved that the Alpena County Board of Commissioners waive through Alpena, April 30th, 2025, the collection fees and interest in excess of those charged prior to February 15th, 2025 on the 2024 property taxes currently being collected. This exemption applies only to qualified senior citizens, 62 years or older, paraplegics, eligible servicemen, and eligible veterans, and blind and totally and permanently disabled as defined in the State Income Tax Act who have filed homestead property tax credit prior to February 15th, 2025. So I'd look for a motion to approve this resolution.
I'll make the motion.
I'll
So
support.
motion by Commissioner LaHaye, support by Commissioner Bray. Any questions on this? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Okay, motion passed. Next item, we have County Administrator Jesse Osmer. Take it away.
Okay, so we do have the revised budget for the Plaza Pool. This is being submitted because, as most of you know, in December of 2024, we terminated our contract with Synchronization LLC. The new budget was created working with the new pool manager. Of note are increases to the line items with the equipment and maintenance funds, as well as a miscellaneous line item fund. That's where we put the additional funds that we're saving in the new approach. I'm also anticipating an increase in the revenues beyond what's listed. So these are conservative numbers that we're projecting. The new pool manager is implementing some innovative classes and a more aggressive approach at seeking sponsorship. So again, this is kind of a first year tryout as to whether or not this is going to work, but we do seek, we will actually have savings, I guess, at the end of the year is where I'm going with this. So just looking for a motion to approve the new budget and have it injected into our 2025 budget to override what's currently in there.
Okay, so motion, we need a motion to approve the revised budget.
I'll make the motion.
You're making the motion again? Okay. Commissioner LaHaye is making the motion. Somebody else like to?
Support.
Okay, you have support. So any discussion on this? The only question that I have is on the pool donations. What is that? What donations were those? Because that's zeroed out and you've got, so Friends of Plaza Pool.
Right, so there, and I apologize, I don't have my books, I don't know what we originally had in that line item, but again, when we redid the budget, Synchronization had submitted the previous budget, we decided to go with a more conservative approach, so if we end up having donations, then they come in and that's great, that's on top of what we're anticipating, but I don't like putting guesswork into the budget, so I didn't want to put donations that may not come in, because those are just, maybe, Joe Schmo really enjoyed his time there and wrote an extra $100 that he wants them to use for whatever item that they're working on. So
Okay,
just makes it a little bit more of a conservative budget.
okay. All right, so we have a motion and support. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. A motion passed. So next item is,
We do have a number of budget adjustments. These were presented from various department heads to the commission for consideration.
So, I don't know how we want to do this. Do we want to? This is budget adjustments for the airport. Why don't we take it one at a time?
I would do three separate.
Well, actually, there's two budget adjustments for the airport, two budget adjustments for the, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, let's just take it one at a time. So, so I'd look for a motion for the committee there to approve the $2,000 for the MDOT HVAC control system or control line item. You can read that there. I don't want to read all these numbers, but for 2,000 and transfer it over to the runway maintenance into overtime wages. So I'd look for a motion for that.
I'll make the motion again.
So I think Commissioner LaHaye is on a roll over here, so he made the motion.
I'll support.
So we got Commissioner Bray support. Any discussion? The only, I guess, because you got, these both are related to overtime, but I guess my concern is, and I know I talked to you, I don't know if there's Steve on the line.
No.
So we need to, I guess, because here we are, January 15th, 14th, and we're already making budget adjustments to overtime, and we're 2 weeks into this. So somewhere the ball was dropped for overtime, and we need to get into why this is why this is happening so early, I guess. So I guess we can follow up on that. Does anybody else have any other questions, comments, concerns? Bill?
We talked about it with Jesse and I talked about it. We're gonna make some changes.
Okay. Okay, so with that, I'd look for a roll call on that one.
Commissioner Ludlow,
Yes.
Commissioner Bray,
Yes.
Commissioner Fournier,
Yes.
Commissioner Britton,
Yes.
Commissioner LaHaye,
Yes.
Commissioner Kozlowski.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Next item, same thing, basically, looking to transfer 10,000 from the airport cash savings line to the overtime wages line, and then this one says due to an oversight while going through the budget process as presented. So look for a motion, and I'm not gonna look over this. I'm looking for a motion for
Line item.
this action item.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Commissioner Britton.
Support.
Support by Commissioner Fournier. Any discussion? If not, roll call.
Commissioner Bray,
Yes.
Commissioner Fournier,
Yes.
Commissioner Britton,
Yes.
Commissioner LaHaye,
Yes.
Commissioner Ludlow,
Yes.
Commissioner Kozlowski.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay, next item is 911. The committee, we're looking to have a motion to approve the committee to approve the carryover of $36,000. Do you want to just come up here? So you might be able to explain this better. But for the ambulance fund expenditures budgeted and not spent in 24, and the same line item for 25 budget as presented. So you probably would be able to explain to the rest of the,
Certainly. So this year we did, excuse me. This was year 3 of a 3-year contract. We did sealed bids for radios, and from the ambulance millage, we provided a 50% match to the township fire departments to get some new radios. And so this is year 3, and the radios have been ordered, but they have not arrived yet. So I have not received an invoice. So I just need to carry those funds over from last year's budget to this year's budget so that I can pay that invoice for our share from the millage when that invoice arrives.
okay. So
I'll make a motion.
motion by Commissioner Bray. Support by
Support.
Commissioner Britton. Any questions for Kim on that? I think she explained it pretty well.
I think so. yeah.
Okay. Roll call?
Commissioner Fournier,
Yes.
Commissioner Britton,
Yes.
Commissioner LaHaye,
Yes.
Commissioner Ludlow,
Yes.
Commissioner Bray,
Yes.
Commissioner Kozlowski.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay, the next item is looking to approve the carryover of 59,388 from Central Square Dispatch Equipment. The line item budgeted and not spent in 24 to the same line item in 25 as presented.
So this is a similar situation. We are purchasing some new equipment for the dispatch center. We have paid, as benchmarks have been hit according to our contract, as they've achieved certain parts of the implementation. We've paid those invoices. This is for work that's still to be completed. They were hopeful they would have us completed by the end of the year. Now we're scheduled for, switch over the first week of March. So they still have work to do. I just need to carry that pot of money from last year's budget to this year's budget to finish that project.
I'll make that motion.
Okay, motion by Commissioner Britton.
I'll second.
Support by Commissioner Ludlow. So the only question that I have is, so then in the 25 budget, was there money budgeted for where this line item is?
Yes, because we'll have subscription costs
Okay.
this year. And so that 59,000 is for work on the implementation that they have left to do.
Okay, thank you. Roll call, any other questions?
No.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Britton,
Yes.
Commissioner LaHaye,
Yes.
Commissioner Ludlow,
Yes.
Commissioner Bray,
Yes.
Commissioner Fournier,
Yes.
Commissioner Kozlowski.
Yes,
Motion carried.
thank you. Next item is, so we had some poll vote actions. One of them, for home improvement poll, the recommendation to transfer 56,842.43 from one line item to another as presented. We got everyone on this one, correct?
Right, that's informational. On the, only one is on the second one, poll vote, action item number 2. If Commissioner Fournier would like to cast her vote for this
Yes.
particular one. It's yes, okay.
Okay. So both of these are just informational. We don't have to approve anything because we've already voted. And that first poll item passed. The second one was to transfer the recommendation for the county treasurer to complete the 25 budgeted transfers as listed to Motorola, pay the Motorola Solutions invoice for 89,780 as presented. And that again was informational. Commissioner Fournier's vote on that, so we're good. So next item, I guess we look for a motion to rise and report so we can transfer the meeting over to me.
Make the motion.
Motion by Commissioner LaHaye,
I'll support.
support by Commissioner Bray. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed, same sign. Okay, that portion, I guess I should hammer, right? That portion of the meeting's closed. The meeting's transferred over to me. So we have the consent calendar. There's only was there, how many things? Was it one thing?
I think it was only one.
Yeah, one thing. I'd look for a motion to approve the consent calendar.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Commissioner Ludlow,
I'll support.
support by Commissioner Bray. Any questions on that? If not, for most, or look, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
To do a roll
Roll
call
call.
consent.
Okay,
Commissioner LaHaye,
Yes.
Commissioner Ludlow,
Yes.
Commissioner Bray,
Yes.
Commissioner Fournier,
Yes.
Commissioner Britton,
Yes.
Commissioner Kozlowski.
yes.
Motion carried.
It's easier if I just say roll call for everything, right?
You could.
Okay, next item is an equalization memo for the maintenance agreement. Looking for a motion to approve an increase to the equalization department maintenance agreement with the townships beginning with the 2025 billing cycle from $1.85 per parcel to $2 per parcel due to the cost of supplies increasing from tax roll preparation, printing, holding, inserting tax bills, and printing tax rolls as presented.
I'll make that motion.
So motion by Commissioner Britton,
Support.
support by Commissioner Fournier. Any questions? This is a pretty minimal increase from after talking to Ted that I got to see the whole process, how it works. It's 15 cents is not gonna break the budget for the townships, and I'm sure that'll get relayed to the to the taxpayer. So not a huge cost increase there, but it is a needed increase from equalization. So so I guess all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion passed. Okay, next item. So we talked about this item at the Courts and Public Safety. Did we want to discuss, do you want to talk about this, Jesse?
Second here. All right, so we have a. You're just trumped. Right, so we have a vacancy for the legal representatives that we hire to oversee different court cases. We have 3 LGLs, one oversees children, one oversees fathers, one oversees mothers. The reason being is we have to supply these individuals if the state gets involved and children are removed from their parents. These attorneys are then appointed to these cases. The reason we do 3 is because of the fact that some mothers and fathers aren't living together. There may be hostility between them. And so we have to make sure each has their own attorney present. Earlier last month, Ms. Berg had submitted her letter of resignation. I have spoken to her since. She would very much like to forego the 60-day termination process between the time she announces and actually departs. She has some family issues she'd like to attend to beginning of February, so she asked if we could streamline it. And so it would be my recommendation that we put out notice for this position to be filled, collect applications. And depending on whether or not we have a number of applicants, we have more than one, ask the personnel committee to hold a special meeting to review those applicants. If we only have one individual, as we did last time, that person would just come before the board for questioning and consideration for appointment or beginning the process over. If we follow this timeline, we should be able to meet Ms. Berg's request for to be completed by the end of the month. It also helps with payroll because it'd be a nice closure to 1 month to the next, which is how they're paid.
Any questions on that? Like, as I mentioned, we did discuss this at Courts and Public Safety, so 3 of us, or no, 4 of us were there. So basically, the majority of us were here yesterday. The only 2 that weren't were you 2.
I feel felt.
Besides the other 2 that aren't here, so. Okay, so I guess we want to make a
We're just doing a motion to allow the applicant.
motion yesterday,
Yeah,
which I don't know how that works, because do we, I guess, approve the motion that was made? How do we do that?
The motion technically is just to basically pass it on to this,
That'd be on the consent calendar.
right? To be passed up for full consideration by the full board.
Okay. So whatever Jesse just said.
I will make that motion.
Okay, so basically, we're gonna approve the hiring process for this position. So we have a motion by Commissioner Fournier,
Support.
support by Commissioner Britton. Any other discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion passed. Okay, next item we have is the Veterans Affair Board appointment. So we did have some appointments at the last month for the beginning of this year. And I guess this one individual, as Kim mentioned, that we needed to fill this one position because not one of the individuals was no longer going to be on the board. And this other individual decided that they wanted to stay on the board because their term was up. So it worked out for us. So I need a motion to approve the reappointment of Max Lund to the Veterans Affairs Board for the term beginning immediately to December 31st, 2026.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Commissioner LaHaye, support by Commissioner Britton. Any discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Okay, motion passed. Looks like we're up to the last part, public comment. Any public comment?
What's the letters?
We pulled that.
Okay.
No public comment, no public comment online. Okay, we'll close public comment and then I guess look for a motion to adjourn.
So move.
I guess they beat you over here, Bill. I did. So we have a motion in support. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. We're adjourned.